If I win, it's a bonus. If I lose, the sun still comes up the next day, and it's all good. I've always wanted to be my own player from the start and do things a bit differently to what the others do. I want to play my own way. I feel like I put pressure on myself to perform well and to play well and to do well. That's what I expect of myself. It's not always going to happen, but I can certainly sort of put myself in the position where I can get the best out of myself. It's never over until we're shaking hands at the net. Then you've either won or you've lost, and, either way, you look them in the eye and say, "Well played, mate." My heritage is really important to me. I've always had that olive complexion and the squished nose, and I just think it's important to do the best I can to be a good role model. Every single match, win, lose or draw, there's something that we can improve on, and it's about us addressing that straight after the match. I think you have to go out believing you can win the match. Otherwise, there's no point walking out on the court, really. I love the sport of tennis, but I sort of got a little bit away from what I really wanted to do. It became robotic for me, and that's not what I wanted. It's such an amazing sport, and I just really wanted to enjoy it, and I lost that enjoyment and that passion. Cricket is semi-pro for women in Australia, but the girls work damn hard, and it's credit to them to try and grow the sport. Obviously, it's nice when you're having success, but this isn't going to last forever. There are going to be rough times as well, but you've just got to ride those. There are not a lot of people in the world that get to say they get to walk through the gates of Wimbledon and play on centre court. It's pretty phenomenal, and we're very lucky to live this life that we do. I think the only expectation is that I put on myself to do everything right and to put myself in a position to perform as best that I can. I'm certainly not the tallest girl on the tour, so I know that I have to sort of try and match the girls in the way. I know, for me, it's trying to be super aggressive, especially off the first ball in the rally. When I can control the ball off the first shot after serve and return, especially with my forehand, that's when I'm in control most matches. I have just gotten to know my body well enough now to know when I need a little bit of help. There is nothing else can get you ready for matches than matches. It's a bit different when you're 16 as to when you're 20. You're a little bit more developed and mature in your body. There are a lot of hours and a lot of sacrifices you have to make to achieve your dreams as a tennis player. You never approach any professor or semi-professional sport as a hit and giggle. It's exciting when there is any growth in women's sport. You love the competitive one-on-one aspect, where you look across the net, and you're trying to beat your opponent. You're doing everything you physically can to win on that day. The most confronting thing you can do is talk about your feelings and open yourself up. Ashleigh Jacinta Barty, born the 24th of April 1996 in Ipswich, Queensland to Josie and Robert Barty. Her father grew up in the rural North Queensland town of Bowen, where he became a Queensland and Australian representative in golf and later worked for the State Library of Queensland. Her mother, as the daughter of English immigrants, was a state representative for Queensland in golf in her younger years, and began working as a radiographer after retiring from golf. Through her great-grandmother, Barty is of the indigenous Australian Ngaragu people, the Aboriginal people of southern New South Wales and northeastern Victoria. She grew up in Springfield, a suburb of Ipswich, Queensland, and attended Woodcrest State College throughout her upbringing. She has two older sisters named Sarah and Ali. ASHLEIGH is an Australian former professional tennis player and cricketer. She was the second Australian tennis player to be ranked world number 1 in singles by the Women's Tennis Association, WTA, holding the ranking for 121 weeks overall. She was also a top 10 player in doubles, having achieved a career high ranking of number 5 in the world. Barty is a 3-time Grand Slam singles champion, claiming titles at the 2019 French Open, the 2021 Wimbledon Championships, and the 2022 Australian Open. She is also a major doubles champion, having won the 2018 US Open with Coco Vandeweghe. Barty won 15 singles titles and 12 doubles titles on the WTA Tour. Barty began playing tennis at the age of 4 in nearby Brisbane. She had a promising junior career, reaching a career-high ranking of number 2 in the world after winning the 2011 Wimbledon girls singles title. As a teenager, Barty had early success in doubles on the WTA Tour in 2013, finishing runner-up at 3 Grand Slam doubles events with veteran Casey Dell'Acqua, including at the 2013 Australian Open while 16 years old. Late in the 2014 season, Barty decided to take an indefinite break from tennis. Barty returned to tennis in early 2016. She had a breakthrough year in singles in 2017, winning her first WTA title at the Malaysian Open and rising to number 17 in the world despite having never been ranked inside the top 100 before her time off. She also had another prolific year in doubles with Dell'Acqua, culminating in her first appearance at the WTA Finals in doubles. Barty then won her first Premier Mandatory and major tournament titles in doubles in 2018 before accomplishing the same feat in singles in 2019, highlighted by her victory at the 2019 French Open. Barty won 5 more titles in 2021, including a second major singles title at the Wimbledon Championships and 2 WTA 1000 titles. With her title at the 2022 Australian Open, she won a major in singles on all 3 surfaces. Barty also led Australia to a runner-up finish at the 2019 Fed Cup and won a bronze medal in mixed doubles at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021. Barty was an all-court player with a wide variety of shots. Despite her short stature for a professional tennis player, she was an excellent server. She serves as the National Indigenous Tennis Ambassador for Tennis Australia. Barty announced her retirement from tennis in March 2022, 2 months after her Australian Open title and still ranked number 1 in singles at the time, having held the ranking for all but 4 weeks between June 2019 and April 2022 when she relinquished the ranking. Her 114 consecutive weeks at number 1 is the 4th longest streak in WTA history.